Hi and welcome to Soul Food. That's our weekly meditation at Mars Hill, and we started a new series called Jesus on the Streets, and this week it was called No Religion. And we were looking at this idea of how we can either walk by the law of religion and law of rules, or we can walk by the law of faith and love, where there's freedom and life. And it's easy to kind of mix the two up, thinking you're walking in freedom but actually finding yourself more bound up, or trying to find our freedom and yet discovering that the things that we were looking for just aren't helping in any way, shape or form. And it's quite easy when you get part of a church and a group to formulate different ways of thinking, different religious ideas, little boxes that we try and live in and walk in. And yet God wants us to break free from those things. God wants us to live by the law of love and faith. And if we begin to live in that way, it gives us the freedom to roll out onto the streets and to share that love with the people around us. So the key verse is taken from Matthew 23. And Matthew 23 is a chapter as a whole, is a big chapter and a great chapter to look through if you've got time and let God speak to you through it. But Matthew 23 verse 3 says this: practice and observe whatever they tell you. That's the scribes, the Pharisees, the religious leaders, but not what they do, for they preach but do not practice. And the big issue was that they had the right ideas and thoughts and they were saying those things, but they weren't living it out. And religion often gives us the right words, but doesn't give us the right heart. But faith and love in Jesus gives us the right heart. That relationship with God gives us the right heart from which our works can flow from. So as you meditate upon that word, think about in what ways does religion present itself as hypocrisy in your life when you say one thing but actually do something else? In what ways do you fall into that trap? And how can you walk not in religion and hypocrisy, but in love and faith in Jesus?